I don't know what to say.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel. After
Day
murdering, Day 3 after murdering somebody.
Wow! Don't put that on camera.
It was worth it.
And we had sex a lot today.
It was worth it. I got plans.
You ever stumble across something online or on a phone that starts off innocent enough? Maybe a goofy selfie or a quick clip of someone smiling for the camera? But then it twists into something so gut-wrenching you can't unsee it? That's exactly what happened to a couple of cops in Salt Lake City, Utah back in 2021. They were just doing routine checks on a bus full of passengers when they pulled a phone from a young guy's pocket. What they found inside, a video that hit like a freight train. It's the kind of footage that makes your stomach drop because at first glance, it's two kids laughing and hugging like any other couple. But listen closer. And it shatters everything you thought you knew about trust, family, and the monsters we sometimes let through the door.
I don't know what to say.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel. After
Day
murdering, Day 3 after murdering somebody.
Wow! Don't put that on camera.
It was worth it.
And we had sex a lot today.
It was worth it. I got plans.
Let's rewind a bit though, because this nightmare didn't start on that bus. It started years earlier, in a place that felt like the picture of suburban bliss. Daniel Halseth was this solid guy, hardworking, devoted, the type who'd light up talking about his family. He met Elizabeth, this bright, ambitious woman, and before long, they tied the knot. Fast forward 5 years, and they've got 3 little ones running around. 2 girls and a boy, all full of that wild, innocent energy that makes parenting equal parts chaos and magic. Life's good, right? They pack up and head to Las Vegas when Daniel lands a steady gig at a computer company. New city, fresh start. The Vegas lights must have felt like a promise of brighter days. But here's where things start to shift. Slow at first, like a crack in the foundation you don't notice until the whole wall buckles. Elizabeth? She's got fire in her. A few years in, she sets her sights on politics, decides to throw her hat in for a Nevada State Senate seat. It's a bold move, the kind that demands everything. Late nights, endless travel, shaking hands till your palms ache. Daniel's right there cheering her on because that's who he is, her biggest fan, even as he's juggling a full-time job and stepping up as the main parent for their 3 kids. Mornings with school drop-offs, evenings with homework and bedtime stories. He's got it locked down, no complaints. And when she pulls off the win, shockwaves through the state. Nevada's got a new senator and Daniel's beaming like he won the lottery himself. But pride like that, it can blind you to the shadows creeping in. It wasn't long after the victory that Daniel started picking up on something off. Elizabeth and this guy, Tiger Helgelian, they were getting too close, too quick. Whispers turned to suspicion, and one night, it all boiled over. Daniel walks into the room, heart pounding, and lays it out. "Are you cheating on me?" The fight explodes, raw, ugly words flying like shrapnel. He's yelling, swearing, losing it in that way hurt people do when the world's caving in. But then Elizabeth says one word, "Stop." And he does, just like that. The storm quiets, he storms out, and that's the end of the shouting. No hands raised, no bruises, just 2 people fractured, staring at the wreckage. 5 days later, everything flips. Elizabeth goes to the police, Guillaume, says Daniel crossed a serious line during their fight. Something she says made her feel uncomfortable. Daniel's stunned when the cops show up. He's arrested, accused of misconduct. That label sticks, and life turns upside down. He's put on probation, sent to counseling, and worst of all, forced to live with a reputation he never imagined. The man who once held his family together, now completely broken. He files for divorce. And that's when the real war begins. Headlines explode. A senator's messy split makes perfect gossip. Custody turns into a battlefield. Even after being the hands-on dad for years, Daniel loses everything. Elizabeth gets full custody of their 3 kids. Then she leaves for Alaska, with Tiger, the man she once called just a friend. They marry fast like she's closing one chapter and starting another. Daniel? He picks up the pieces, meets Bogdana, this kind woman who sees past the scars, and they get married too. Meanwhile, he's pouring his heart into social media. Not the filtered, fake stuff, but real slices of joy. Posts every day. Him cracking jokes with his kids during video calls, sharing their drawings, celebrating their wins. You could feel the love radiating off the screen. Those three were his universe, the one light that never dimmed. But life's got a way of kicking when you're down. 2019 rolls around and his marriage to Bogdana crumbles. Alone again, echoing in an empty house. The kind of quiet that presses in makes you question if you'll ever catch a break. Then, a glimmer. Elizabeth and the kids decide Alaska's not it. They head back to Nevada, resettling in Las Vegas. Daniel's world ignites. Suddenly, he's got his babies close, weekends together, hugs that make the hurt fade. By late 2020, his youngest, Sierra, sweet 16, all fire and dreams, she's basically living with him full-time. Legally? Not supposed to. Elizabeth's fuming, but Sierra's blooming under his roof, safe in a way she hadn't felt in ages. Daniel fights for it in court, pouring out the truth to the judge. Elizabeth's place is poison. Yelling, tension thick as fog. Sierra's battling demons, mental health stuff that's got her spiraling, and he's already got her in therapy, watching her heal. He slides over a letter. Sierra's words, raw and real, begging to stay. Elizabeth fires back. Liar. Unfit. That note? Fake. Doesn't even sound like her. The back and forth drags into early 2021, no resolution. Judge rules. Back to mom's, end of story. That night, Sierra slips out like a shadow, running straight to Dad's door. She's not going anywhere. But April 2021, that's when the air turns electric with wrongness. Morning of the 8th, Daniel's bank account lights up. Hundreds yanked from ATMs scattered across Vegas. Shared account with Bogdana, so alerts ping her phone. Fraud? She dials Daniel, straight to voicemail. Tries his mom, Christine. They talk daily, thick as thieves. Christine blows up his line, calls, texts, radio silence. Desperate, she hits up Sierra. Put your dad on. Hours tick by, finally a text. Phone's glitchy, but he's fine, fixed by tomorrow. Christine's not buying it. Next morning, 10 a.m., still nothing. Another call to Sierra, ignored. Text this time, sharp. Now, put him on. Reply, Dad's showering, can't talk. That's the snap. Mom mode kicks in hard. Something's rotten. She dials 911, voice steady but edged with terror. Welfare check on my son. 2 days gone. Work's calling, family's calling, nothing. He doesn't vanish like this. Cops roll up to Daniel's place that afternoon, April 9th. Front doors ajar, like an invitation to hell. They push in and... what? Smoke hangs faint in the air, char smell biting your nose. Living room's a mess. Bleach streaks on counters, half-hearted scrub marks like someone panicked, mid-clean. Then the garage. Oh man. There, in the dim light, a sleeping bag bundled tight, soaked in accelerant that didn't quite catch. They unzip it slow and the horror spills out. Daniel, 45 years old, stabbed over 70 times. Most in the back of his head, frantic defense wounds on his arms. Mutilated after, body burned head to toe, 40% charred black. He was doused in lighter fluid right there on the living room floor, set ablaze like trash. Unclear if the blades got him first or the fire finished it, but that moment? When he might have locked eyes with Sierra, his little angel, and seen the betrayal? That's the knife that twists deepest. Rewind the clock 4 days. Surveillance tapes from those ATMs? Clear as day. A young guy and girl, hoods up, pulling cash with Daniel's card. Same pair hits a Winco supermarket. Gloves, bleach, drop cloths in the cart, swiped on his dime. Then Home Depot, circular saw, blades, more lighter fluid. Back to the house, spending the night like it's a sleepover. Police trace it all, but they're already miles ahead, or behind, depending on how you slice it. April 13th, Salt Lake City Bus Depot. Routine fare check. Kid tries to sneak on without paying. Aaron Guerrero, 18, hands up. Name runs through the system. Boom. Las Vegas PD's got a bolo on him, and Sierra Halseth, 16, Daniel's own daughter. They seize the phone, hit play on that video, and the world tilts. Grainy footage, time-stamped days after the kill. Aaron and Sierra tangled in each other's arms, grinning like they won a prize. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, he says, voice all mock serious. Day 3 after murdering somebody. Sierra's eyes go wide. Whoa, don't put that on camera. Laughter bubbles up, giddy and cold. It was worth it, he adds, and she doesn't pull away. That's the confession, wrapped in a joke. But the truth? Sierra, the girl Daniel would have died for, and did. And Aaron, her forbidden flame. They'd fallen hard, teenage love on steroids, dreaming of bolting to LA. Daniel catches wind, tells Elizabeth. Parents unite, Aaron's folks included, and shut it down. No more contact, for both your sakes. Starting early 2021, forbidden fruit. Sierra's fury? It funnels straight at Dad, the enforcer. By April, it's not runaway plans anymore. It's elimination. Kill the obstacle, claim the future. They didn't cover tracks well. Bleach wipe down? Barely scratched the surface. Fire to torch the evidence? Smoldered like wet paper. Pocket knives tossed in the sink. DNA screaming guilt. Bust seals it. Extradited back to Clark County. Charged as adults, Nevada rule for 16 and up. 9 counts each. Murder with a deadly weapon, conspiracy, first-degree arson, robbery, fraud with the card. Initially, not guilty pleas, defiant stares in court. But May 2022, reality bites. Guilty across the board. Sentencing hits October that year. Life with parole possible, minimum 22 years. Judge lays it out cold. No mercy for trading a father's love for a lover's whisper. Daniel's obituary? A quiet gut punch. Survived by 2 loving children. Sierra's name? Erased. Families out loud since harshest sentence the law allows, no less. Because how do you heal from a kid turning blade on the hand that rocked her? It's the betrayal that echoes longest, a dad's unbreakable bond, snapped by the one he cherished most. Makes you hug a little tighter? Question the doors you leave unlocked. In the end, love like Daniel's doesn't fade. It haunts, a reminder that darkness can bloom in the places we water most.